Oh shit, y'all need to watch that little motherfucker. And y'all know what I'm talking about if you've seen this episode. Anyway, when it started off, Beth got lucky. She's fucking with Daryl, right? She's in the woods getting fucked up. She happens to run into Daryl. I don't know if she happens to run in there, but they was there at that same time. He saved that ass. Now, she's scared to death, right? Like they camped out. She's scared to death. She said, we gotta go find, round up our team as fast as possible, which I agree with. But just like I said in the last, did I say this in the last review or the review before that? These motherfuckers, like, how many times are you gonna get separated before you say, yo, let's come up with a place to meet up at, if we get separated, and then we give, maybe I don't know 4 days before we just leave, 4 days to get people, because somebody might be, injured or whatever. We get you 4 days, and if you're not there, we know you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of got on my nerves. But Daryl is sitting there. He's like an asshole. Like, she's trying to tell him, let's move. And he's just sitting there. Now, at first, it looks like he's like he's reflecting on what just happened, and it's like really getting to him, which is kind of like, come on, Daryl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know Michonne had a mysterious, past that we didn't know about. So even though she was one of the toughest motherfuckers in there, or one of the toughest motherfuckers known to man, it was sides of her that we didn't see yet. So that was acceptable. But Daryl, we know Daryl's cut from a different cloth. We know where he's coming from. Now, we don't know his whole backstory, but we know this motherfucker's been on the wrong side of the track plenty of times. So I'm not saying that it can't be any moments where he, of weakness, you know what I'm saying, because he's still human, but not right now. Don't go fucking cracking up on us now, Daryl, which he didn't. Looks like, it affected him just for, a second. He just took him a minute to get his shit together. What it really was he became a pessimist. I don't know if he became a pessimist, but he just was a little pessimistic because, all that work they done put in and everything went to hell, and he's just like, damn. All that went to nothing. He says it to Beth. He's like, damn. He said, look what the fuck that got us. But they're tracking, so that's a good thing. They tracking. They're trying to find out, find anybody they can and get the group back together. They come across a few, leads or whatever, and he finds out some of these people got snacked on. They became walker food. In case people wonder why they call them walkers, in this world, in the Walking Dead world, there are no zombies, meaning that they didn't have movies about zombies. The Night of the Living Dead never existed, none of that. So when this stuff happened, all this shit was brand new to them. That's why they all came up with different terms. They didn't know, the mythical creature that we know of as zombies don't exist in that world. So anyway, they tracking, and like I said, they came across a couple leads. This motherfucker Beth, she gets sidetracked by a walker. Now first off she steps over top of one of them. I'm like, come on, man, one of them motherfuckers might have been alive. I mean, what might have reanimated on their ass while you stepping over. I would have walked around. Fuck that, But this is the big point. That ain't even the big thing, because she might have, because from that point of view, she might have seen a hole in the head or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say too much. Me myself, I just been a little bit more cautious than that. But here's the big thing that really kind of killed it. She got a grabbed by a walker, right? She got a knife in her hand. She's just like she was before. She went to shoot a walker. The gun goes click, click. It was no bullets in it. And Daryl came and helped her. Well, it happened again. Walker on her, and she's I can't believe this is happening. You know where you're at. You've been through this for too long. You know what I'm saying? I understand you know what I'm saying? I would have been like, but I would have took that damn that knife, like, you motherfucker, get the fuck off me. You know what I'm saying? It had just been just like that. She got a weapon in her hand. You snatch at the motherfucker, get him off you. She panicked too hard to have been in that this walker infested world for so long. So I'm not saying that it's going to be people that everybody's got to be a G. Everybody's not going to be a Michonne or a Daryl. Don't get it twisted. But you can't fuck with one walker. And they have a valid reason for Sasha and Tyrese. Tyrese and Sasha, they were locked up in this little uh, uh, this barracks or something like this, some underground barracks or whatever. So they have a valid reason for why they couldn't mess with walkers, you know what I'm saying? Which they, at first. But Beth has absolutely no reason. Another couple, they said they've been in those houses for so long, so they have a reason. So Beth definitely has no excuse for why she's not, functioning to a certain level. This dude said, "Get ready for dislikes." I don't give a fuck about hating. Yo, what's up, Hungry? And Blue Ranger, yeah. I like this episode, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I like the other episode, the previous episode, more. Now them damn killer kids, right? They hit the woods with Tyrese. At first they showed the kids by themselves, so we didn't know that they were with Tyrese, but they're with Tyrese. That's a good thing because I don't think them kids could have made it by themselves, even though they can kill. And plus, they was with him. And they also revealed that Tyrese was holding the baby, so the baby didn't get killed. The blood on that carrier, the baby carrier, I don't know what the fuck they call it, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what it is. I ain't lying. That could have came from anything. Could have came from a walker, somebody getting shot, anything. So turns out, yeah, she's still alive. Good. And he's having a damn good time babysitting. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm being sarcastic because the baby's crying. Walkers can, hear that. They're coming for him. And this is the thing that you got to watch out for. The two little girls, they're there. Lizzie and, what's her name? Maddie, what's it? Lizzie and, what's the girl name? Lizzie and Mika. That's her name. Lizzie and Mika, they're there. If you watch, you see the Lizzie, she got a little blade on. She got a nice little blade on her. She cut something, but I couldn't see. It was kind of dark, and the show is moving. And I can't rewind it or anything like that. I couldn't really see, but she cut something. And we get to this part where, this is. I'm just, okay. So we get to the part where Tyrese is, they got to take care of the baby. They got to give it milk. They got to, change the pampers, whatever. They get to a part where they're changing the pampers, right? Mika and Lizzie, they're like, oh shit, the walkers can hear this. They're gonna step to us at any given moment. My man Tyrese is changing the diapers, and I see Lizzie with the gun, and they kept talking about how they're gonna get killed because of that. Right then and there, I had the feeling that Lizzie was gonna pop this little baby. Like put a bullet in that baby. She already shot before, and and that's not her baby. She don't know the baby, so she probably like, fuck it, as long as we can live. So I had the feeling that she might have shot the shit out that girl. You understand? That was kind of crazy, but I had a feeling that she might have done that. Yeah, they said bad writing, slow play. This wasn't slow pace, and the new villains suck. A homeless ass governor. Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about. Yeah, the last episode was slower pace and the new villains. The governor's villain. Yeah, I can understand that. He's not talking about this episode. This episode wasn't slow pace. So yeah, I had a bad feeling she was gonna pop him. Pop the damn baby. Now Tyrese, he finds a group on this track, because he hears some things and he's trying to hurry up and go handle that. He tells the kids to stay there just in case some walkers are over there. Obviously, if people screaming, there gotta be some walkers around. He don't want to introduce them to that, so he said, "Stay here. If the walkers come up on you, run towards me." Now, this part got crazy. Now, I'm gonna talk about that more after at the tail end of the review. This part got crazy. Tyrese goes down there to help them. The people get killed anyway. The girls start seeing walkers come up on them, and she's like, "Yo. This baby is drawing walkers." Lizzie puts her hands on the baby's mouth. Now, at first, you might think, okay, she's just trying to keep, the baby from crying so they can't hear. The baby's looking like, like, give me some fucking air. Like, god damn. And you hear this, like, the voice, like, it sounds like a voice is talking. Oh, yeah, my bad. At first, Beth, when you heard her, she was narrating the episode. But it turns out, like, I could tell that she wasn't. It was like her diary she was reading from. They showed the diary later on. I don't give a fuck about no damn narration. I don't want to hear nothing about that damn diary. All she did was talk about shit that we already knew about, and she just explained that she's misses her mom, and this is what she would have wrote to her mom. Dumb shit. I don't want to see it, and I don't give a fuck about it, and I don't think anybody else cares. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is going through the same shit. Fuck you and your mom, Beth. Anyway, back to the kids. She got her hands on the baby's mouth, and I'm like, this girl about to kill the little motherfucker. And you hear like voices, like I can't remember exactly what it said because this show is moving so fast, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the review while I'm doing the show. While I'm watching the show. And the way they made it looked like she was gonna kill that little motherfucker. That with Judith, I think the baby name is, looked like he was gonna kill her. But anyway, once Tyrese get done with the walkers, the two people that was fighting against the walkers, one of them got killed, the other one got bit. Carol comes in, she saved the two kids, and she just happens to wind up with Tyrese's group. Isn't that like quite a coincidence? First off, it's a coincidence that the two kids that she trained to be killers, she finds out that she's with them. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. She was watching them. Must have been watching them, unless it was just a coincidence. But if it was a coincidence, it seems kind of strange that it was them and the motherfucker that the widower that she made. She made Tyrese a widower, or he killed his girl. So it was kind of strange that those are the people that she happened to run across. Anyway, they're happy that they meet her now. They got more firepower, more more muscle. And the guy who was getting ready to die, that was fighting the walkers, he tells them to keep following the tracks. There's sanctuary ahead. They follow those tracks. And I think we found our little scientist. I'll talk about that later on. I think we found our little scientist, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Maggie, Megan, she got caught with the color, right? She got caught with color. Meaning Bob and Sasha. That fine little motherfucker Sasha. She fine as hell. Anyway, she forced their hand. She wants to go look for Glenn, of course, but they get a little hot-headed. I understand people getting hot-headed in these times, but they make it seem like everybody gets hot-headed. I can understand somebody getting hot-headed. Matter of fact, I can understand everybody getting hot-headed. But once you think about the walkers, that should cool your jets a little bit. They should say, damn, I gotta find Glenn. And be like, you two, you're coming with me. I would have accepted that more than everybody, because we seen everybody flip out, and Glenn flipped out. He said, I'm going to take it to the governor and all that kind of shit. Whether I get help or not. I think the walkers should keep some people in check to a certain extent. Where you say, you know what, I gotta go do this, but at the same time, I need some help. Lizzie, okay, I'm gonna talk about that. That's what I was getting ready to say when I found a little scientist. I'm saving that for the end. What do you expect? Okay, I'll talk about that later on. But anyway, she forced their hands, and I like what Bob did. Bob, he's talking to Sasha, and he says we got to sit together. Sasha said we got to sit together. So he said, let's follow Megan and help her. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Some camaraderie, and to be honest, you got to stay as a group. But at the same time, you can't lose your humanity where you just don't even look for the people. Sasha, she doesn't know Glenn as well as Megan, so obviously she'll say, you know what? We're going to leave the motherfuckers. Sasha was a little cold, but that was cool. But at the same time, like I said, we got to keep our humanities. Our humanity. We got to look for some people at some point in time, at least give them a day, you know what I'm saying, the 2 days to look for them. I'm not going to just turn away. So, Bob, I appreciate what he did. Anyway, they go looking for Glenn. They find his bus. The bus has been overrun by walkers. They get it. They try to get into the bus, which you call him. Bob says, you know what, we'll help her. So I enjoyed that. Bob was doing this thing. Megan, she's up there. She goes crazy. She's trying to find out if Glenn is on that bus. She don't give a fuck about anybody else, really. But she's trying to find out if Glenn is on that bus. They let the walkers off one by one. They get swarmed, but they managed to fight them all, find out Glenn isn't on that bus. She's crying at the end, but it's kind of tears of joy. Like, okay, I didn't find Glenn, but at least I know that he wasn't on this bus. So that's what I think that was. But at the same time, you gotta be careful going in that bus because some of the walkers might be crippled. And when I say crippled, you know, one of the motherfuckers crawling that can't really walk. So when they let all them out, it could have been still someone on that bus, which it was one that was, you know, under a body, so it couldn't walk. So it caught her off guard. So you gotta watch out for that. But anyway, that's where Megan left off. My boy Glenn, he's a G. You know, Glenn is a G. Looks like he went back for wifey after shit went sideways. That's what it looked like. Turns out he didn't even get on the bus. Did he say he didn't get on the bus? Yeah, it turns out he didn't even get on the bus. He's like, I think at a certain point in time he got off the fucking bus and just was at the prison looking. Did he say he got off the bus? But he went for wifey. That's what he was looking for. He was looking throughout the prison. If you look at the commercial, they always show that scene where he's sitting like this. But if you notice, you can't really tell where he's at. You understand? And we know that he got on that bus. So they were trying to build a suspense for the watchers, but that was fucking cheap because he was at the prison. You understand? They tricked us. But anyway, he's back at the prison looking for Megan. I think he got off the bus probably, you know, after they rolled off a little bit, like get the fuck off the bus or whatever. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he went back for the homegirl. Now he was leaving the prison after he thoroughly checked, and he sees this one of the people that ransacked the prison. He knew who it was. It was one of the fly lesbians from the season, you know, last when the from the damn, I'm saying a lot from, you know, the governor's camp. She's sitting there waiting to die. She done lost all hope. I think she thinks she's a bad person because she, you know, just ransacked a prison full of innocent people and just start killing motherfuckers. But anyway, he saved her, and now they're on the look for Megan. He says, I need you to help me find Megan. Now, this is a good thing. He had put on some riot gear and ran through a gang of walkers and made it out. Some people was telling me, well, I ain't going to even go through that. But anyway, what I was saying is, walkers ain't going to make it through no fucking riot gear. That's good protection. You got to stay light. So that was good. Light armor is the best. Not no heavy shit. But anyway, they make it to the road, and they get surrounded. I mean, they get walked on by some walkers. Glenn takes some of them out. The girl takes a couple out. Glenn goes down. Remember, he's still recovering. But if they we should call him Sasha. She seems like she's full well. But Glenn doesn't seem it. But remember, they all said that people go through it at different stages. So Glenn is still suffering from the sickness, but Sasha then already came over it. Now, once they got done and Glenn passes out, they run into another group. Well, another group rolls up on them. They got a little truck. It's 3 people. It's some big dude, you know, some big redhead dude. He has a gun. It turns out he's he's with some kind of part of, you know, military type of group or whatever, or he was a, you know, military personnel at some point in time, and he has another guy with him and this fine ass girl with him too, you know. So they said, and they showed in the preview that the preview of the next episode that they're trying to put together a team because they, you know what I'm saying, you need more people to help out and keep everybody alive. So that's where the episode ends at, right? Now the thing I was saying about Glenn was them motherfuckers tricked us. Now you couldn't tell where he was at, so obviously in your mind you're saying, damn, did he make it back to the city or what? You know what I'm saying? He was at the damn prison. Why was he laying down like that? You understand? Like he just happened to be laying down like that? They showed that just to trick us, making us think that he got, you know, went back to the city or whatever he was at and got surrounded by walkers. He was safe on that little balcony. So they were just trying to build us suspense, make us think whatever. That was just some bullshit they threw together to flip us. And why did Glenn go down? There was a cage right there. He could have grabbed that, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or why was he on his back? They showed him on his back like he just got, you know, ransacked by some walkers. That ain't what happened. I didn't like that part. Anyway, Beth is low level. That's what I was trying to tell you. She couldn't take out Nan fucking Walker. Nan one Walker. For her to be in this for so long and she can't take out one. If she could take out one or two, cool. Even though you've been through all this shit, because some people ain't going to develop as quite fast as others. I would put more faith in fucking Carl than I would in Beth. Beth would have been asked out had she not been with Daryl. It's a good thing she came across Daryl and not Michonne. Why? Because Michonne might have said, okay, I'm with somebody. Let's put together a group. She might have left everybody else and said, you know what? Me and Beth are going to start up our own thing, whatever. Her being with Rick and Carl was the best thing ever. So it's a good thing she was with Daryl. Daryl is also a tracker. She needs to get the fuck out of Dodge quick. Daryl's the one that can get her out of that, out of that trouble because he can find the next people. So, but at the same time, like I said, that Beth shit was stupid. Beth can't take out Nan fucking Walker. As long as she been in this shit. Another thing is, what the fuck is Carol doing back? You understand? That was some nutball shit. We got rid of Carol. Carol turned into somebody that we didn't recognize out the blue. She really didn't fit her character as much as she used to. You know what I'm saying? She turned into a damn. She went from a victim to a predator, sort of. You understand? Like she's making moves on her own, unauthorized. Just for survival. She did exactly what Dale said don't do. She said we can't lose our humanity. She done lost a good chunk of her humanity, and she's teaching that to the kids. Now they got rid of her ass. We don't need to see this trick anymore. This old trick, we don't need that. Well, what the fuck was she doing there? I could have accepted almost anybody else. Carol. We got rid of her. We already said our goodbyes. Don't tell me they trying to reintroduce her to the Walking Dead. Fuck her. Done with that bitch. So I don't understand why they did that. That was some kind of nutball shit. It seemed like they were just trying to do that just so they could pair her up with the two kids that she turned out and Tyrese, the person that she fucked over, by killing, his mate. In cold blood. I think that's what they were trying to do. That was some nutball shit. One good thing though is watch that bitch Lizzie. Watch her ass. Cause when I said I seen her cut something, I don't know what she cut. Looked like something furry. You understand? And then she tried to kill the baby. Come on now. When I said I think we found a scientist, I think we found a motherfucker that was dissecting that rabbit and those rats. I think that's what she cut. I think she cut some kind of small animal, but I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it all together, so I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, I think we found a damn scientist. This girl been doing experiments on motherfucking animals, and she was able to take out a human at that age. So I'm thinking what prepared her was those rats and killing little rats and mice and shit like that. I think that's prepared her for killing. So they should have never Carol should never introduce those kids to killing at that young age. At a certain age, they gotta learn. They're in that world, which I respect Carol for doing in terms of teaching the kids about the walkers, but having them killed and shit like that. This is what it leads to. That girl Lizzie, she fucking hearing shit, and she done killed. If she was getting ready to kill the baby. I'm thinking she's the one that was killing those damn those rats and leaving them out in front. It looked like somebody was setting up the prison to get them ran over by walkers. I think she was just killing the rats and leaving taking them somewhere to get them out of the prison. And she's the one that fucked around and got those walkers on that fence and almost break into the prison. So I'm thinking that she was the one. Watch that little motherfucker Lizzie. Another good thing about this episode, we got some new characters and they're trying to round people up. So that's another good way to get Glenn and Megan back together, but not just getting Glenn and Megan back together, because that's not the biggest part of the story, was to get everybody back together. But at the same time, like I said, that should never happen. They should have had a central meeting place. But besides the point, because we're past that point. Now these guys we know are looking to build up a group. Glenn is obviously going to say, let's find Megan. They have wheels now. They can get around a lot faster. They can obviously help find everybody. You understand? They can help find everybody. If they find Daryl, especially, because Daryl will be able to track, and they'll be able to move a lot faster with Daryl. I mean, with Daryl and the car. Having the car and Daryl, they'll be able to find everybody. Of course, Rick and Michonne and Carl, they're at a house that's on a road, so obviously that car is easily accessible for that car. So these are some new characters. I want to see them. See what what's up with them and see what happens. Also, I gotta see what happened with him and with Rick and them. Rick seems like he's not like I said before. He's a good leader. He started off as a good leader, but I'm not sure. And these guys, like the dude with the red hair, I can tell he's the leader of that group. Maybe he might be the one to take, lead of the group. Rick has been the best one so far, but maybe Rick needs help, and maybe that guy can do it. Or maybe that guy could be the leader from now on. Although I would prefer having Rick, but I want Rick to step his game up. He's been fucking up. Like I said, not having a contingency plan for takeover, not being as stern as he should have, trying to, live out life without making plans for the walkers. He's thinking that they can just live normal lives. And that's what got the prison fucking taken over. Rick needs to step his game up. He's been doing it for too long. So, and also I got to see his interaction with the new guy. I don't know his name yet because I haven't read the comics. The people in the comics who read the comics know. But I want to see his interaction with the leader of that I think they said it was in the Marines or something like that. Whatever. I want to see his interaction with them. Because once they get together, everybody's, the group is going to be looking towards Rick to lead. But this new cat might be a better leader. Or I want to see what the interaction of who wants to, have full reign of the group, or who wants to have, or how much of a percentage of real estate they'll have on the group, for lack of a better word. Saying who's going to play the bigger leadership role. Or will they get into a conflict like the governor did with what's my man named Martinez? That could also happen. I don't think it'll come to blows where they're killing people, but it could come into play where they get into an argument. I'm leader, or you're leader, or how are we going to work this out, basically. Now the good thing was, like I said, Daryl didn't go fucking cracking up on us. That's another good thing. Daryl, he went through his little moment. He became a pessimist for a little moment. But Daryl's a ride or die dude, so I'm glad they didn't turn him into a fucking sap. Because a lot of people turn into fucking saps. And Daryl's just not that type of dude, because he's been on the wrong side of the track for so long that even though he can become pessimistic, which I think was a good thing, he shouldn't get to the point where he's just moping throughout the whole fucking episode and shit like that. But anyway, I'm gonna give this episode. I don't think it was as good as the last episode. It was more exciting and the pacing was better. You know what I'm saying? The pacing was better, and we didn't have an annoying ass dude like Carl, or for lack of better, for the past little while, Carl's been annoying. He hasn't been annoying before, but we didn't have that. But like I said, we had those three big things, like that fuck up with Carl. Like I said, the thing they did with Glenn, that was kind of cheesy. I can let it pass, but they kind of fucked with me because we was waiting for it. We were waiting for a week to see what happened with Glenn. Turns out they were just trying to set us the fuck up. Beth, that shit was stupid, so I didn't like that. But like I said, the pacing was better. It was more. They showed more of the group. They didn't just show two groups. They showed more people, so we got more done in a less amount of time, and they introduced some more characters. But like I said, with those major fuck ups, and Carol being the most major fuck up, I didn't like this episode as much as last week. Last week I gave 4.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give this one I kind of enjoyed certain parts of it. The pacing was good. I'm gonna give it a 3. Damn, I want to say 3.5, but I'm teetering on 4. Should it get a 4? Because the pacing was on point, and it had a lot of good action in it, and it had the good reveal about the kid. I'm going to give it a 4. Like I said, that girl Lizzie, that was a good reveal. You know what I'm saying? The pacing was better. We covered more ground in this episode. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. Yeah, 4. But they just had a couple big fuck ups in it. But let me go ahead and see what you guys left in the comments. Okay, you already heard what I said about Lizzie. Um, Lizzie, Mika, Ben, and Billy from the comments. Like I said, I don't read the comments, so I don't know. What do I expect from episode 8? 8. I think they probably going to. Oh, we seen the preview. They're going to be showing the 3 new characters that came in. So I'm thinking they're going to have a little roundup. They're looking for people. Like I said, I already went over what I said about them rounding up the group. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. You know, and plus they already spoke about it. So yeah, that's what's going to happen in the next episode. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and leave your comments. Let me know what you think about the about this episode, about the video, about the review. If you fuck the dumb shit and like the video and subscribe. Anime and manga means more child murderers. That girl was off the fucking chain. I seen her cut some, but I couldn't see what it was. Now I'm gonna watch the episode. If it comes on again, I should watch the episode again and see what happened. Cause to see what she was cutting. But I'm thinking I'm under the suspicion that motherfucker was the one cutting them damn rats up. Peace.